pretty day for some outside work. We're waiting on some paint to dry in the head. We painted it white, letting it dry so we can go do some epoxying in the floor in there. So right now, since it's so pretty out, we're going to replace this outboard bracket. This one's rated for 8 horse and it's all cracked up and not good. But we got the new one that is rated for our 15 horse and the weight for it. So we're gonna go ahead and take this off and put the new one on. And there we go. Simple enough. It's always weird working on something over the edge. I'm scared I'm gonna drop my tools or drop a screw or something, but we didn't do it that time. So I wasn't going to go much further on this bathroom project. I was just going to paint and get the cabinet put back in and leave it as it was. But I decided, you know, I'm almost there, so I might as well finish it. So I went ahead and ordered our composting toilet. It came in yesterday. So today we're going to get it mounted and try to figure out how to run all this stuff. I've got a wire hanging right there. That was for what I believe was the shower pump out from the wet head. I gotta test it again. I tested it, it's hot. I just gotta make sure it's going to the breaker that I think it's going to. So we're gonna run the fan to that. I got it mounted. I'll show y'all that in a little bit. It's kind of a pain to get to, but right now we're gonna mount the brackets for the toilet and run the hose. we got that mounted, easy enough, no issues. Did have to go up a drill bit size. The original drill bit I used wasn't big enough. But yeah, that went surprisingly well. I didn't screw nothing up. Now to run this hose and figure out this fan situation. So this is just the rough end. We gotta still go back and pull everything out and glue it all together. I gotta go to the store and get some plumber's glue because I don't have any plumber's glue. But I think this is how I'm gonna do it for now. I did not want to drill a hole in the top deck for the fan to vent out the top. I've got enough holes already in the boat. I wanted to use what I already had. And there really wasn't a way to mount this fan how I was thinking. So this is what I'm doing for now. So this hose is what goes through the bulkhead to the toilet. And then it comes in through here. This is the fan. Now that's going into the old black tank, which there was nothing in. I don't know if it's ever been used or not. And what I plan on doing, like I said, this is what I'm gonna do for now. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna adjust fire. But I plan on removing this hose and fitting and the bottom one down there. That's what, this is where you suck it out to the top. And this is where it comes in from the old toilet. And then this little one is a vent that goes to the side of the hole. So I'm wanting to cap these two larger ones off. And my thought process is that fan is going to push the air into the black tank, which isn't that big, and then vent through the little hose out the side of the hole. And then I won't have to drill a 2.5 inch hole or whatever it is into the boat. I've already got, I mean, just right here, I've got got like 3 through holes that I want to get rid of. So I'm not putting no more holes in the boat. I'm going to use what I got. We're going to give this a go. If it doesn't work, then I'll go back later and I'll drill a hole in the boat. But for now, we're going to try that. We'll go get some glue and we're going to see how that works. Alright, so we fast forward about 3 weeks on the Head Refit. I've got the composting toilet installed, glued everything in, everything was running and done. I intentionally filmed it this way so because I knew people were going to be wanting to know how the toilet was and all that, and I might go back and do a review later, but here's my 2 cents for the month that I've had it. Everything said that it was going to be a 4 to 6 week period before you have to change the medium. I didn't believe that. I thought that was a load of crap. So I pushed it to the extreme. I made it 22 days before I finally broke down and swapped it. It just wasn't keeping up. There was too much poo and not enough coconut core. That being said, it was not messy. It wasn't too messy cleaning up. It wasn't like, right, we're still messing with poop, but it wasn't disgusting, right? I've done a lot of worse things in my life. With that being said, I think there's a learning curve with it. I think the medium that I put in was a little too wet because I had a little bit of mildew in there. I also think that how I had the ventilation run, there wasn't sufficient airflow to dry it out like it was supposed to. The small vent on the side of the boat that I was hoping it would vent to, it does vent through there, but I don't think it's enough. So what I started doing was opening the cap for the waste, where you draw the waste out, because that's it's like a almost 2 inch hole, and a lot of airflow is coming through there. I think that works, but the problem is it's been so rainy lately that I haven't been able to leave it open. I've been opening it for an hour or two and then having to close it because of the rain. So I actually have ordered a mushroom cap vent that should screw in there and rainproof it a little bit so I can leave that open. So when I changed it, I put a little bit of a drier medium in there. I didn't use as much water for the coconut core to rehydrate it and break it up. And I've got the vent open right now. Here in a couple of days I should have the mushroom cap for that. So the Boat Galley website, boatgalleycookbook.com or boatgalley.com, whatever it is. I found that I've got one of their books, but on their website I seen that it was a learning curve, and it takes, you know, it takes a couple changes to figure out exactly how much water you need to use to the coconut core and how long you can go and all that other stuff. So it's a process. I'm learning. I think this time is going to be better than the last go. Just with it being drier, it seems like it's made a big difference. And I think having that vent open and venting more will make a big difference. So all in all, I like it. I think it's great. I didn't really want to spend $1,100 on a toilet. That just didn't make any sense to me at the time. But after looking into other options, other cheaper options, the other thing, I bought a Boxio off of Amazon for like $100. But they were all basically pooping in a bag in a bucket, and they were just cheap. Didn't seem very sturdy. This guy is. It's like sitting on a Yeti cooler, man. This thing's robust. It's comfortable. It doesn't stink. It does its job. It looks more like a toilet. It feels more like a toilet. I think I'm pleasantly pleased with it for the amount of money that it was. So if you're on the fence about the money, bite the bullet. Spend the money. It's totally worth it. Like I said, I'll probably go back in a couple more months once I've got everything kind of tuned in and do a review on it, because I know that's a big thing on YouTube. People like to see reviews on products that you use. So we might do that one day, but for now we're done. I've got the old door I put back in. I don't necessarily love it, but it is in. It kind of sticks a little bit. It's kind of a pain, but I'm gonna leave it in for now and play with it. I gotta get it's not a stopper, it's like a catch so it'll stay open, because I ripped the other one out thinking it was something else. But we got the toilet in. I still have to put the cabinet door back in. The hinges that I bought for it were the wrong ones, and with all this crappy weather I've just been lazy and I haven't sanded it and painted it. And then eventually I'm gonna come back in and do something with these mirrors and this nasty whatever he used to glue the mirror that was falling off in here. This stuff does not come off. I've tried to scrape it off. I don't know what he used, but that's some tough stuff. So, but it looks like crap. But besides that, the rest of it has come together quite nicely. I like it. I'm happy with it. It works great for what it is. And I can poop with plenty of headroom, right? Can't stand up in here, but so we have a functioning bathroom. I still need to work on the water situation. I have water, it's not potable. Still got a ton of projects to do, but for the most part, with the exception of the cabinet door and the vent for the mushroom vent cap for the toilet, we can check this project off. It's good enough for now. Hope y'all enjoyed this refit of the bathroom. If you have any questions about the composting toilet, please drop them in the comments. I'll be glad to answer to the best of my knowledge. Like I said, I've only had it for about a month now, so I will answer the questions best I can. I am no expert. I'm still learning as I go. So yeah, drop me a comment, shoot me a like, subscribe, and we'll catch you next week.